And it gets crazier by the minute. How are you? My name is Musa. I'm an attorney, and I have been one for nearly 25 years. I have offices in 3 different states, and I practice primarily criminal defense. If you're new here, we talk politics and the news that the West doesn't really want you to hear. But it's still true, and it's still, in fact, news. So let's get to it. And the main issue today we want to discuss is the Trump Palestine plan for the displacement of the Gazans. And he's basically outright saying, yeah, we want to displace you and ethnically cleanse you to a different area so that I can buy Gaza. Well, here's something interesting. Trump has now told Jordan and Egypt that if they do not take these people from Gaza, the Palestinians, the ones who live there, who were already forcibly displaced from their homes in Haifa and Akka and all of the places in the north, now are being told they have to leave and go to Egypt. And Egypt is saying no. As a matter of fact, Egypt has told Trump administration and Rubio, we reject your plan for the Palestinians, which has resulted in Trump saying, okay, we're going to withhold aid. Why is that a problem? Are you all familiar with the Camp David Accords? The Camp David Accords caused and laid the groundwork for the normalization between Egypt and Israel, and ultimately Jordan and Israel. These accords were put in place where both parties would be given money for the purposes of securing Israel's security and recognizing the state of Israel and having normalized economic relations with them rather than continue to boycott their products and not have any of their products come into their country. 14 months of Menachem Begin, Yitzhak Rabin, Anwar Sadat, and the King of Jordan. And those negotiations that took 14 months came into place and has had a very, what started out as fragile but ultimately strong, secure area, an open border between Israel and Jordan, and an open border between Israel and Egypt, and normalized relations. So now when we say we are going to stop the aid, it's not just stopping the aid. We will be violating the Camp David Accords. In violation of the Camp David Accords, we will be telling Israel that we don't really care if Egypt normalizes with you any longer or maintains any sort of relationship. By the way, the same with Jordan, so now we can solidify all of the surrounding states against you. We'll be able to, by not funding them, create what Arab countries have not been able to do, a unified front. So, if he decides not to fund according to the Camp David Accords, that could cause Egypt to stop recognizing Israel. That's what the Camp David Accords did. That's the security and the protection the Camp David Accords gave. And now they're up in arms about how can you do this to us and violate these accords, and by they I mean Egypt and Jordan, when meanwhile Egypt and Jordan have been facilitating as much of the genocide as any of the other countries. So if you take away Egypt and Jordan, then where are these flights going to fly over that when you try to attack Iran or go into Syria if their airspace isn't available to you? What are you going to do with your most fervent allies in the area? And if you're just going to cut them loose, what do you think, what kind of impact is that going to have on the regional peace? It seems this is the best way to create a regional war. And it seemed like the only person that was going to prevent a regional war was Trump. But no, the U.S. policy is clearly war and death, and clearly to murder brown people. This is clearly American policy now. And if we proceed with a violation of the Camp David Accords, this would be maybe the fifth straw that's breaking the camel's back. And we'll see what happens after that. Again, please follow, like, and share. This is very concerning. And if you have time, leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you very much.